All right, folks, welcome to tonight's Coaches Show brought to you by Prime Star Home Health. I'm Ben Hackler here with Coach Doty. And Coach, big win on Friday night. How'd you enjoy the weekend?
Well, our weekend was a lot better than it was weekend before, I promise you. So, man, you just embrace that win and embrace your kids and, the joy on their faces Friday night. And I told Soji, we went up and watched film and met Saturday, and just hearing the chatter in the weight room and the laughter, and it makes it all worth it when you get to do that. And it's really hard to win a football game. Yeah. And it's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of planning, a lot of prep. And when your kids carry out the plan the way ours did, man, it's a good feeling. And just happy for our coaches and our fans. We had a big crowd, and it was a good win for us.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, let me ask you this question. You and I talked a little Friday night about this. How do you just enjoy that moment, knowing that you got to turn the page pretty quick coming into Saturday morning? How do you enjoy the moment, and then how do you shift gears to the next opponent?
Well, we've tried to talk about the 24-hour rule. You got 24 hours to enjoy the win or 24 hours to get over a loss, and that's kind of the mantra we follow, and just enjoy that and go through the film on Saturday with your kids, and then they leave and you meet with the coaching staff, go over the next opponent, but you really don't dig into it that much until Sunday. And so, I think you'll live a lot longer as a coach if you understand you got to get out of the field house and go spend some time with your family, and not have your kids up there 24/7, let them enjoy being a student as well. So we got a pretty good plan, I think, about enjoying ourselves.
All right. Well, good deal. Well, Coach, we'll talk some more about Mangum and Oak Grove in a minute, but let's tonight recognize our McDonald's Senior Spotlight. Glad to have Miss Jennifer Thomas here tonight. Coach, who are your two seniors tonight?
These guys are also served as our captains this week, and that's Tremel Cobbin and Jackson King. You guys come on up. Very proud of these guys. They're great student athletes, make good grades. Jackson had 2 surgeries in the off season, come back, and he's playing outstanding this week, and this is going to be his breakout week. It's no doubt in my mind. So we're proud of these guys, and do a really good job in the classroom and on the field, and have been raised right. And we're proud of them and proud of their Panthers. So let's give these guys a hand.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Again, that's our Senior Spotlight brought to you by McDonald's. Well, Coach, let's talk about Friday night. What a night, a 41-0 dominating performance from the first kick to the final whistle. You guys performed well. It seemed like we clicked in all of the phases. Maybe some things you probably would say we could clean up a little, but for the most part, with that result, you had to be pleased.
Yeah, let me say one more thing about Jackson King. I talked to him the other day, and I said, Jackson, you ever made a B? And he said, yeah, I made 1. I said, so you don't have a 4.0? He said, no, I have a 4.0. That was on a daily test. So, another guy with a high GPA, man, we like to spit that out there for our guys for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Coach, looking back, you've had some time now to look back at the film. Let's just go for the highlights first. What stands out to you about what you saw on film from offense, defense, and special teams?
Well, we talked about being physical, and we stressed that all week about going out, and we want Gina. We had heard Gina was the most physical team they had played, so we wanted to. We want them to tell everybody that Sterlington's the most physical team they played. So, we challenged our kids about that, and they went out and got after it. And I thought when we're physical, and we're doing the right things and getting after, we're pretty good. So it was fun to watch us be so physical out there and, execute. We didn't have a whole bunch of dumb penalties. We had one, I think, on their first drive. We had a late hit out of bounds, and that kind of really set the tone for our guys, and we kind of got after it after that. But, again, another week without a whole bunch of false starts and lining up wrong. And, that's really important. I thought our special teams played really, really good. And so it was a lot to be proud of last Friday night.
Well, Coach, let's talk about some of the specifics. Offensively, I think you guys rushed for 218 yards, 4 touchdowns. Also, passing the ball. I think we were 5 of 8 for 87 yards with a touchdown. Let's talk about the running game at first. Your offensive line dominated that line of scrimmage, even against some guys that when we walked up, I had some fans tell me they now understood the term grocery eaters. I think you used that last week. I had some folks say, I get it now.
Yeah.
And but able to control the clock, but you did that. But you also had, of course, we're playing 2 fullbacks and 2 tailbacks, and 3 of those guys got in the end zone. What does it mean for your team knowing that you have that rotation of backs? I mean, a guy like Tremel Colvin, who we know can take it to the house, but getting to spell him, and then Hagan, as hard as he's running, what does it mean to have those guys to be able to take kind of a snap off every now and then?
Well, I said at the beginning of the year in 2021, we had 2 fullbacks and 2 tailbacks that were really good. And I feel like we're at that point again. And I think you can be really good when you can do that and you can rest some guys. And I want to throw in TJ Birch, that came in this week as a freshman. Gavin was out with an ankle injury. And, it looks like we got 3 guys that may be in the rotation at fullback now, and that's even better. So, it's a team game, and those guys got to understand you're going to get your carries, root for your teammates and do what's best for the team. And, but yes, it gives us a chance to be really good when we have that.
Well, Coach, especially at the fullback position, I mean, you talk about Copeland and Evans and now adding Birch. Our fullback is a hammer. That's his job, is to get up in there. And sometimes he carries the ball, and a lot of times it's, it may be just a fake dive or having a block. And how much does it help you knowing those guys are not having to take the beating they would if they were just one back?
Yeah, no doubt. It's a lot of punishment in there because, like you said, they're in there every play where they got the ball or not. And it's a big deal, man, to have that type of depth at those positions. And excited about working on getting some depth at all the other positions like that.
Well, Coach, let's talk about your quarterback play. Dylan Downs, I think the word for the night would have been efficient. Got his first official touchdown pass, of course, getting to toss that to his brother, kind of a downs to downs moment, kind of waiting to see that. And I got to see that Friday night, which really gave some balance to your offense, being able to throw the ball, run the ball. So with that success or that efficiency of run game, pass game, how do you think the balance affects future opponents that now look at you when they're trying to plan for your offense?
Well, getting the ball to the tight ends were big the other night. And, Grayson had a big catch and hoped he was going to get in the end zone there. But we got 2 guys we're going to throw the ball to at tight end now and, multiple receivers. So, we're going to be more than just a run team. And we're just building into that. We're getting into that right now.
Well, Coach, defensively, I think most of our fans, the offense is doing their job, got points Friday night. Defensively, from the jump, from the time we played the first scrimmage to now, those are the guys that a lot of fans are starting to say, man, these guys are fun to watch. And I would think that even your opponents are saying, at this point, that these guys are getting after it with high intensity. You got the shutout Friday night. You dominate the line of scrimmage. I looked back. They had 84 yards rushing, I think 72 yards passing. Some of that rushing yardage was kind of what we'd call garbage time towards the end, but you also had 3 interceptions. What are you learning about your guys on defense? We talked a lot about the front 7, but even the back end this week played huge.
Well, we know they'll compete, and we'll compete and we'll get after you. We run fast. We can run, and our guys are getting better in the back end. Coach Williams is doing a great job back there with them guys. And they got a little experience, but, the Downs kid, Devin, is a freshman, and he's playing every snap back there. And David Hickman is really learning how to take control back there and get people lined up. And Travis had a good game the other night, of course. And Sam's just steady,
Yeah.
And I think we're got a chance to be good. I think we did some things the other night we need to improve on. And, sometimes we're out of position and we're going to get hit for a big play. It's just the way it is, because when you gamble like we do, you're going to give up one, but you guys got to shake it off and line up and play another snap.
Well, Coach, you mentioned a moment ago, Jackson King had a big night, but I also want to talk about Dylan Underwood just for a moment. I know you said after the game, you thought it might've been his best game. What was it about Dylan's game Friday night that really caused you to think, hey man, this guy's getting it now and we're really able to turn him loose?
Well, it's not like it's not a stat line for him. It was because he's where he's supposed to be every play. And, run the right blitz, run the right angle on the blitz, took back out, blew up number 2, those things that you coach all week long. And, and he got it, and he saw it, and he may not have had 15 tackles, but he had a heck of a ball game. So, he's had games where he's had more tackles, but he didn't do everything, he's coached up to do. But, man, he can run. He can run, and he's getting there angry right now, and I think he's a good player.
Coach, I think a lot of folks don't understand it or don't see it. The guys whose name gets called is the tackle or the interception, but there are 10 other guys who had to do their job a lot of times to make that possible. And so having a guy like Dylan in those positions opens the door for Jackson or Trey Birch or even your defensive line to get their stats. So defensively, a lot of fun to watch, looking for more of the same. And we'll talk about some about Oak Grove in a moment. But let's talk special teams for just a moment. Friday night was a really good night for special teams. It looks like they're just getting better each week. I know you and I talked off air a moment ago, some things still to improve, trying to get there, but they are getting better each week. Aiden Parker was 5 for 5 on extra points and then hit 2 40-yard field goals, one at 40 and one at 42. And you guys coach that a lot. I know I've been to practice and watched you coach up the special teams. What does solid, consistent play on special teams mean for you when it's play calling or it's fourth down or any of those things?
Well, probably the one thing that's not in Aiden's stats is him spot kicking it to the, to the left, to the 2 to 5 yard line every time. And, that kind of gives us our chance to get our coverage down there. And, we got some really young kids on that kickoff team. So it's very important to kick it to the spot we're trying to. And he did a great job of that the other night. And, we simplified a lot of things that we're doing on special teams this year, and it's really helped us. And it's allowed us to put some younger kids in so we can get these older kids some rest. And, Aiden had a great night the other night, and it's a big deal to kick 2 40-yard field goals,
Absolutely.
40-plus on one of them, especially on grass. And so I thought he did a heck of a job, and he smoked them.
Yeah.
Those have been good from 50, I believe. And, we're working on his drops, on his punts, and, he turned some beautiful punts over today. And but there are some things that we got to get better. We need to learn that the ball is going that way. We need to let that sucker roll. We practice stuff like that all the time, and we get in the game situation and we lose our mind, I think. But we're really getting better on special teams, and we got a chance to be pretty special on special teams.
Yeah, Coach, especially if you can pin them deep with the defense playing the way they are. I mean, you get your offense a short field. Right. You have to like the results. Well, Coach, let's talk about your players of the week. And again, players of the week each week are brought to you by First Security Title of Monroe and Mr. Mitch Houston. Coach, offense and defense, who are your players of the week?
Well, defense this week, we went with Travis Adams. Travis, come on up here. Travis, had a big interception for us, but he also had 5 tackles, and, Travis last week, and we messed with him a lot. He played a whole game on defense and didn't have one defensive stat. He couldn't even fall down on a tackle and get an assist. So, we challenged him this week, and, I was like, man, we're going to have to get you going this week. And Mark said, man, just get me an interception. We won't worry about tackles. So he got an interception and 5 tackles. He had a heck of a game. And I don't know if everybody saw what he did with the ball when he caught it, but, I told everybody to hit the B button and look good, man, look good. So we're proud of Travis, and a heck of a game last week, and he's just going to keep getting better. So defensive player of the game is Travis Adams.
Congrats, Travis.
And our offensive player of the game is Hagan Herring. Come on up, Hagan. Hagan had, I know he had about 81 yards rushing, 81 yards. I believe, and, got in the end zone for us. But, he's running the ball with authority. And I know the people that watch him online are probably shocked that he's not even bigger than he is. But, the thing about Hagan, he doesn't know that. And right. He thinks he's 225. And I hope we talked with him this week about not taking all them extra hits. He's, live to fight another day. But, man, this guy's running good right now, and we're proud to have him. And our offensive player of the week is Hagan Herring. Appreciate you.
Congrats, Hagan. Again, players of the week brought to you by First Security Title of Monroe and Mr. Mitch Houston. Coach, I got to ask you before Hagan sits down, how heavy is he? Well, what are we running now? 145? 160?
He's probably 160 with his helmet on.
I told the folks on the air that he's trying to figure out what we're saying. Mm-hmm. I told folks on the air, though, he's 160 pounds, but when he hits you, you're getting all 160 pounds. Absolutely. So a lot of fun to watch. Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break. Be back in 2 minutes with more of the Coach Lee Doty Show in just a moment.
Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose Primestar Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Primestar Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care.
Benoit Ford Chevrolet GMC in Farmerville is here to serve you and your family just like you are a part of ours. With 2 dealerships for you to find the perfect vehicle, Benoit is proud to offer great deals right here in the heart of North Louisiana. 206 South Main Street and 1001 Sterlington Highway in Farmerville, going the extra mile to offer you the best options for your vehicle needs. That's what we do. Stop by and join the Benoit family in your new vehicle from Benoit Ford Chevrolet GMC today.
Thanks, Coach Doty. Hi, I'm Ashley Dowdy with Homeland Bank. We believe that investing in our schools and local teams means investing in our future. We're committed to creating endless possibilities both on and off the field. Together we can build a brighter tomorrow.
Homeland Bank and the Sterlington Panthers. Together we can build a winning team. Where's your money?
Homeland Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Copeland Electric Company, providing excellence in electrical services since 1971. Their secret? Copeland has the manpower, resources, and knowledge to assemble and mobilize teams quickly and efficiently. Go Panthers from Copeland Electric!
Well, folks, welcome back to the Coach Lee Doty Show, brought to you by Primestar Home Health. Well, Coach, we talked about Mangum. Now we turn the page to Oak Grove. I know you guys had an install day yesterday, long day today, and we'll be back home this Friday night, back to Panther Stadium for taking on the Oak Grove Tigers. And this game, much like last week, it's a familiar opponent, guys that you're really familiar with. And, man, it's led to some incredible ball games. Last year, one that we really would like to forget, move and turn the page on. And really, this year's kind of setting up similar to last year. I looked back, Oak Grove took a big loss to OCS, and then we went up there. Of course, this year, the difference is they got to come to us. And as you've looked at them on film and kind of laid things out, what are you seeing from Oak Grove in your first impressions?
Well, they're big. I think I'll say that every time we play West Monroe, because I was going to say they're bigger than West Monroe and they're bigger than Neville. But every time we play Oak Grove, they're a big team and big, good-looking kids, and they play football a lot. You can tell they're very knowledgeable about the game, and they got a good coaching staff. The opposite Oak Grove wants to be at Oak Grove. And I think that's a special thing, so it means a lot to them guys. They get after it, and they got a really good program. Where I was talking to Randy Carr came by and seen me today, and we're talking about, Oak Grove, they kick extra points and field goals, and they got a great punter, and, they got good special teams. And, Randy made a remark. He remembers when they couldn't do any of that. Yeah. So Ryan's done a great job of getting them into a total program. He's done a good job, and we got our work cut out for us.
Well, Coach, as you looked at the film and looked at their offense, I mean, I hear what Coach Carr is saying, because you're used to Oak Grove just lined up, ran the football at you, and played good defense. Now Coach Gregory's kind of come in. The offense is beginning to shift a little bit, of course, with the play of Jackson Bradley at quarterback. And so as you've prepared for them this week, again, you're going to see a lot of that traditional veer and that, of course, the shotgun spread formations. Last year, that seemed to give us a little trouble because they could go from the veer to the spread without changing any personnel. How do you prepare for that offense, knowing that they don't have to run players on and off?
Well, I mean, now we know that they do that, and it's going to be a lot easier for us, and so we're excited about, getting some redemption, have an opportunity for redemption. So, but yeah, I'm going to tell you, their tailback is fun to watch, and he can really run. And of course, they got the Bradley kid at quarterback, who's a big physical specimen, and got just an extremely strong arm. And number 80 out there, I think he's been playing for about 6 years. He's there. And of course, their offensive line's always well coached, and they got some big tight ends that they play with. And so like I said, it's going to be a heck of a challenge for us to slow them down.
Well, Coach, when we talk about the Bradley kid, of course, been a starter his whole time there now. When you begin to approach the game plan for him, are you looking for him to take off running, or you think he's going to sit back? What can you do to disrupt whatever pattern he wants to get into?
We're not really sure what they're going to try. I have a feeling they're going to come in and just try to big boy football us. Put the big kid at fullback and Bradley back there, and just say, here we come. And so I don't know. We're just kind of expecting a little bit of both. And I think whatever they have success with is what they'll go with.
Well, Coach, from a defensive standpoint, of course, they've got, you mentioned the big guys, and they still have a kind of the same – it's the same guys, so the same plan as usual. What do you see from their defense, and where do you think our most successful moments will be?
Well, number 2 is back. He had a big game last year, and, of course, he's had a big game against everybody he plays. I think he's one of the better linebackers in the area. And, they were supposed to be young, back there in the secondary, but they're playing really good. They can man you up on the corners and play against the run with 9 people. So it'll be a big challenge, but our kids have it's been put on the plate for the kids, and we got to go get it done.
Well, Coach, getting to play in Panthers Stadium, kind of your home opener, what does that mean to your guys, getting to come home now 1-1 and to kind of keep the momentum going from last Friday night?
It just seems like it's been a long time since the Neville Jamboree, when we played at home, and we're excited about being able to be at home and be in some familiar territory, but I don't really mind going on the road. It's an easier day for me, from not having to set everything up at home. But, our kids are really excited about being home and opening up against Oak Grove at home. It's a big deal.
Well, Coach, have you guys talked to any about last year, and what have you said to your team about last year's loss?
Yeah, we talked a lot about it, and, I'm not really going to get into what we said, but,
okay.
We know what happened, and, we talk about redemption, and can we go out here and do what we got to do to reverse that? And, we didn't play very well last year, but boy, they played really good.
Yeah.
And that had a lot to do with us not playing well. And, I never walked out of there talking with any type of excuses because I knew we'd have another chance. And, this week's our chance. And, like I said, we'll put it on our kids and our coaches and see if we can go get it done.
Well, Coach, after the Mangum game, what do you see for your guys now going forward? What's another area? Every week we've talked about an area of improvement or an area you wanted to focus on. What do you think is the biggest step for your team this week?
Finishing what we started, just stacking another brick. This is another game on the path to where we're trying to get to, and go out here and compete. And get after Oak Grove and match their physicality, match their intensity, and just come away with a victory.
Well, Coach, for our fans that are here tonight or those that will be traveling over to Oak Grove or going to watch online, what would you want to say to them as we prepare for that home opener?
Well, don't go to Oak Grove Friday night because
sorry, I said that wrong.
you'll try to have to stop in Marouge and get you a hamburger and some ice cream or something, but we're going to be at home.
That's right.
Boy.
That's right. I'm not going to go to Oak Grove either.
Yeah, but we're excited about it, and we think we're going to have a great crowd because the weather's going to be beautiful. And surely our people are excited about getting out in this type of weather and coming to a game. And the potential of this game to be a great game is awesome.
Absolutely.
So looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to being home, man, listening to our music and warming up and hear our crowd go crazy.
Well, Coach, you mentioned the weather real quickly. Tell me just real quick, as from our folks that are listening, there's been a lot of on the news about the heat and the things you guys had to handle. How is this week different from all the things you've had to handle heat-wise?
It feels like we're in the dead of winter. When you've been out in 105, 108, or not supposed to be out 105 or 108, now it's 88. You don't have to check the wet glow bulb, and you're not in the gym, and it's just, it was a great day today and yesterday. So, it makes a huge difference. And our kids, you got a little more pep in your step. So, but yeah, man, thank the Lord for the weather.
Well, Panther fans, this Friday night, right at home, Sterlington versus Oak Grove. If you can't make it, you can catch us on YouTube beginning at 6:15 with a replay of this coach's show. And then pregame show will start about 6:45 with myself and William Handy, and we'll get you to kick off right at 7 o'clock. Be sure to check out our website, shspantherfootball.com, for highlight videos, game replays, and more. You can also find the link for the live stream on that website on Friday night. Coach, final words, final thoughts before we sign off?
Well, we're excited about the game here Friday night. Excited, get to put out all our sponsor signs, and we appreciate all of our sponsors, and we really like for our people to go and do business at these people that sponsor us, and give some back to them. But look forward to the game, and as always, go Panthers.
Well, Panther fans, this has been the Coach Lee Doty Show, brought to you by Prime Star Home Health. Look forward to seeing you on Friday night. Hope you have a great week.
Choose Prime Star Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Prime Star Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose
Benoit Ford Chevrolet GMC in Farmerville is here to serve you and your family just like you are a part of ours. With 2 dealerships for you to find the perfect vehicle, Benoit is proud to offer great deals right here in the heart of North Louisiana. 206 South Main Street and 1001 Sterlington Highway in Farmerville, going the extra mile to offer you the best options for your vehicle needs. That's what we do. Stop by and join the Benoit family in your new vehicle from Benoit Ford Chevrolet GMC today.